Happy, 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 happy TGIF. Good afternoon, metalheads. How's everybody doing on this Friday? We are doing another show here. Gonna throw you a couple of ideas. Get your long-awaited, of course, deal of the week. And with a week like this, it was pretty difficult. It's very difficult, and I don't think a lot of you are going to be too shocked about the outcome. I don't want you to get your hopes all up like, oh my god, really? But every day that I look at our awesome metal here, I say that. I prefer red. Green days are good. Every day is good, as long as we're able to acquire, right? I don't care if it's a 1/10 ounce or a gram, as long as we're acquiring. So, let's talk about a couple of things. First being the markets. The Dow was down just a little bit today. 138 points. Not too shabby. Not too shabby from yesterday. If any of you are on the same page as me, we know after those jobless claims, the job numbers came in, almost 760,000 first-time jobless claims. And, yeah, these markets, sometimes it seems like they don't even flinch. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They care about stimulus and injections. We don't have a market anymore. We have interventions. I don't need to tell you guys that. I think a lot of you realize that, which is why we're protecting ourselves here. Speaking of what we're protecting ourselves with, this is going to correlate, and I'll get to it in a little bit. Got the Prospector. A lot of you know this. The USS Constitution, honest value never fails. Pretty popular round. The Liberty Mint. Read that carefully. We know how that's working out. Then with the Silver Trade Unit. Pretty generic. Every one of these, pretty generic. They are pretty decent priced. Which I guess will lead me into what I'm going to give you. I was going to wait till the end, but it's kind of bugging me. So, deal of the week. No, folks, it's nothing fancy. It's not like actually, you know what? I'll throw in something because it is a pretty dang good deal. Something for the more experienced stackers. But this here, what we're looking at, is generic rounds. Most of you know that already. I feel like I'm talking to myself about some of these ignorant comments that I make, but I gotta make it family friendly for all those who just starting out and who do not really know what I mean by generic rounds. So, what is a generic round? For all of those of you who are just first time tuning in, who've never seen the station before, generic round is a non-sovereign mint coin that has no government backing. It is merely melt value. Any design, there's nothing special to it. A company just took whatever design they chose and they put it on a 1 ounce of silver. That is a generic, or if you go to a coin shop, you'll say, I'd like to look at your rounds, or generic rounds, what I always say, but they'll know what you mean. And there is all kinds of different rounds. There are limited minted rounds, which sounds kind of like an oxymoron because, sovereign mint coins are minted, but if they are, you'll see, they're minted. A lot of these rounds come from a mint. Most of them, actually. There's numerous ones. Golden State Mint is a prime example. They sell sovereign coins of other governments. Scottsdale Mint, they sell other sovereign coins from other governments, but they are mint. It's just merely a facility that produces the coins, stamps them, they strike them, as you'd say. So anyways, back to what we're talking about here. Deal of the day, deal of the week for the newer stackers. You can pick these up for $25.16. $25.16 as of this recording. Prices of silver are bouncing around right now. They've gone up about 40 cents since my purchase yesterday, which is pretty good, not bad. It's still a red day in my opinion, but by the statistics, it's green because it is moved up. But we're still down from prior numbers. So if you still got some extra paper laying around, go out and grab you some, and I'll tell you. Generic rounds. First-time stackers, newbies, build your weight. Build your weight. Worry about all the cool collecting and numismatic and limited mintage, low mintage later on. Unless you got, you're a new stacker and you actually have a lot of money, then you do it however you'd like. It's just merely advice. I explained to you how I did it and how most others prefer to do it, or should do it, because we try to keep the dollar to cost average down. So, for all of my a little bit of more experienced guys who know what I'm talking about, I almost didn't want to bring this out, but I will because I love every one of you, and I didn't want you guys to go out and buy it all up. But at SD Bullion, you can find 2015 Chinese silver pandas, 1 ounce silver pandas, for $31 and change. That's a heck of a buy. Y'all know that silver pandas most of the time carry quite the premium, and on this deal it's any quantity. It's not like 1 through 9. It's not 20 through 100 you get a discount. No, it's any quantity. It's $31.23 as of this recording. How much it's bounced around by the time you get to it, that's a whole nother story. But as of this recording, 31.23. So there's the deal of the week for the experienced, deal of the day / deal of the week for the beginners, and whoever wants to jump on generic rounds. Experienced guys will always tell you, and experienced guys still stack the hell out of rounds. I do too, because when this thing goes atomic, it's still going to be worth a ton. You're going to make a lot of money on it. This thing is going to implode. Infections are rising. Paranoia is getting out of control all over the place. Seems like we've experienced this before. And a little side note on the markets today. S&P closes out for the week down the most. It's finished out on the worst level since March of this year. Pretty much when we started this whole pandemic chaos in America, when we were preparing for lockdowns and stock markets crashing and just everyone just going nuts, So they had the worst week. S&P 500 had the worst week since March. Just a little side note, a little bellwether. They're running out of tricks, folks. I don't know how long I can keep preaching this. Protect yourself, whether that be financially, especially financially, but security. You cannot protect your finances without security. And, also our ordinary everyday preps like, your food, water, you got to have that. Because who knows? What would you do without power? What are you going to do without running water? Will it get to that? I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't like to overthink things, but I like to have a backup plan. So, all of those out there who maybe watching a little bit of the mainstream media, try and tune out. Keep a level head, because a lot of people are tuning into the mainstream and they're going bonkers. And they absolutely love driving fear into the American people and all over the world. People all over the world in other countries have mainstream media who push false narratives, and I've heard a couple over there in Australia. France is going through some rough times. It doesn't pertain to this, but false narratives and bogus governments that are just living off of the fear of their people. So just stay level-headed. Do what you think is right, You make way better decisions when you're calm-headed and you think things through. Take a breath. Excuse me. While I need to take a breath. Think things through. Take a breath. The decisions you make will always be twice as good. Twice as good, but you won't regret if you just slow down, stop, and think about what's happening around you. So, I think that's about all I got today. I hope y'all take advantage of these deals. I'm gonna do my best to go make a few more little bit of the fiat currency and go and see if I can arrange to get me some of those silver pandas before you guys wipe them out. My plan was to grab some before I made this recording, but I have to get to work. So I hope every one of you have a great weekend. Tell the ones you love them. Your family, your kids. Put some balance in your life this weekend. Stay out of the news. Go out and take a jog, take a walk. Go for a drive, anything. Spend some time out in the grass, throw a ball around, I don't know, whatever it is. Just get out of the house and enjoy yourselves. Like I said, stay level-headed, be nice to each other, and if you see somebody that needs a helping hand and you can help, do it, because we need a lot of positive and love in this country right now and worldwide. Every piece of positive energy we can spread, the better. Stay out of that mainstream. It will drive you crazy, quite literally. So, with that, I'm going to end this. And Heavy Metal Noise is going to rock his butt off for the weekend with his happy attitude, with some Led Zeppelin and some Rolling Stones. I'm feeling it. So, we will talk to you soon on the next show. Heavy Metal Noise saying thank you very much. Hit that like, subscribe, and notification bells if you haven't. We'll see you soon. Later.